Decoding the periodic table, exploring the arrangement of elements in the modern periodic table. How many elements can you name so far? Think about breathing, washing, and material you are using at home. Today, you will be able to state the role Mendeleev played in the early development of the periodic table, highlight, label, and locate groups, periods, blocks, metals, nonmetals, and metalloids in the periodic table. Describe the patterns and trends in the periodic table. Who was Mendeleev? In 1869, the Russian chemist Dmitry Mendeleev produced one of the first practical periodic tables. His work laid the foundation of the modern periodic table. The most amazing part in that Mendeleev's table of elements left spaces for the yet to be discovered elements. Before Mendeleev, chemists had grouped elements based on their common properties, like being a gas or a highly reactive metal, or they were grouped based on their atomic mass. Mendeleev saw a way to combine the two approaches, atomic masses and common chemical properties, into one simple table. Lanthanides and actinides. The two rows below the periodic table are lanthanides and actinides, collectively called the inner transition metals. Lanthanides are often called the earth elements, while which are very rare, while actinides include most artificial elements with a few exceptions. What are groups in the periodic table? A group is a column of the table. Columns run vertically from up to down. There are 18 groups in the modern periodic table. Groups 3 to 12 are sometimes labeled as transition metals and referred to as D block. The numbering 1 to 18 is established by IUPAC, but most modern periodic tables use the conventional Roman numeral plus lettered combination. Example given below. Group 1 is also labeled as Group 1A. Groups 3 to 12 belong to Group B, while groups 1 to 2 and 13 to 18 belong to Group A and are also known as representative elements. Metals or non-metals. Metals. They are good conductors of electricity and thermal energy. High density malleable, high melting points. Non-metals. Following are the characteristics of non-metals. Number one, they are poor conductors of electricity and thermal energy, low density, brittle, low melting points. Think about it. What are the elements in yellow collectively? The answer is metalloids. Metalloids. The properties of metalloids can be similar to metals and nonmetals. They appear to be more like the nonmetals, but some can conduct electricity. These so-called semiconductors, such as SiGe, are useful in many electrical devices. Periodic trends. Periodic trends are repeating patterns found in the modern periodic table as you move across a period or down a group. One periodic property is the effective nuclear charge. It is a measure of the ability of protons in the atom's nucleus to attract the electrons in orbit around the edge of the atom. The effective nuclear charge increases across a period since the number of protons increases. On the other hand, it decreases down a group because of increasing number of shells. In relation to the nuclear charge, the atomic size generally increases as you move across the period. Consequently, atomic size increases as you move down the group. As the number of electron shells increases, there is a larger distance between the nucleus and the outermost orbital. As you descend group 1, the reactivity of the elements increases drastically. This is due, in part, to the increasing effective nuclear charge. Group 18 is also called noble gases. They are very stable due to their filled valence shell and are less likely to react with other elements. Can you identify more patterns in the periodic table besides what were discussed? Patterns and predictions. Work with a partner to answer the prompt on each card using what you have learned in the lesson. For example, chlorine is found in group 7. Predict whether it is a metal or non-metal. Francium is found at the very base of group 1. What would you expect when it is added to water? Helium is located at the rightmost part of the periodic table. What can you say about the atomic size? Fluorine is group 17, is highly reactive. Iodine is found below fluorine. Make a prediction about the reactivity of the iodine. Here are simple answers of the questions asked from you. Number one, chlorine is a non-metal. Number two, francium will react explosively. Number three, helium has the smallest atomic size. Number four, iodine would be less reactive than fluorine. Summary: Dmitry Mendeleev. He produced one of the first practical periodic tables. His work became the basis of the modern periodic table. The modern periodic table. It has vertical columns called groups and horizontal rows called periods. Its arrangement allows us to look for patterns in the properties of the elements. Now, at the end, I have a little assignment for you. The assignment is: gallium was discovered 6 years after Mendeleev published his periodic table. Research why the discovery of gallium helped Mendeleev's periodic table to become accepted. Prepare to share your answer in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and hit the subscribe button to support me